the European Union. And ladies and gentlemen, our economy is also the sixth in the European Union. We are a member of all major global organizations like the UN and WTO and OECD, but also we are a member of all major, the most important regional organizations in Europe. And here, of course, we're the member of the EU, we are a Schengen zone member, but also I would like to say that we attach, like in South Africa, of course, a very great importance to the regional cooperation. And here we have established a framework of cooperation within so-called Visegrad Group, which gathers together 4 countries, Poland, Slovakia, the Czech Republic and Hungary. We also cooperate very closely with Germany and France within the framework of so-called Weimar Triangle, but there is also a very strong cooperation among the countries along the Baltic Sea, along the borders of the Baltic Sea. Since we started our political and economic transformation in 1989, what we are observing every year until today, it is a stable economic situation. And one of the elements of it that illustrate the stability of our economy could be a GDP. And here I would like to present to you a graph that summarizes the GDP of Poland for the period of 2004 and 2015. As you can see, every year the growth was very important. And for last year, 2015, the growth was 3.3% vis-à-vis the average of the EU, which was 1.9%. Also, I would like to turn your attention to the figure from 2009, which is from the period of the world financial and economic crisis. And you see that the average growth of the EU in 2009 was more than minus 4%, while the Polish growth in the same year was almost 2%. And ladies and gentlemen, and I am very pleased, very happy to tell you, and very proud to tell you that Poland was the only country at the time of the EU that noted in this particular year, 2009, a positive growth. Then the strength of the Polish economy can be also reflected in the volume of our foreign trade. You see from this graph for the period 2005 and 2015 that the volume of our foreign trade was steadily growing. And in fact, and I am also very pleased to state that in 2015 there was a jump. I mean, compared with 2005, there was a jump in the export value by 150%. And also in the same year, 2015, we noted a positive balance in our external trade of 3.7 billion US. Then, if we are talking about the success of the Polish economic transformation, we also think what really contributed to the success. And we can list, I believe, 5 major pillars of Poland's growth. And let me start with by saying that our population is 38.5 million people, and it creates a very big internal demand. The purchasing power of the average Polish citizen is also growing, so the size of this market and its population is very important. Then, because of a very well-educated population and very competent workforce and also the work ethics, we were able to improve immensely our productivity. Then it is also not to be omitted that our FDI inflow is very big. Only in 2014, it amounted to 13.9 billion US dollars, and UNCTAD placed Poland among the 20 FDI best destinations. Then the export is also growing, and as I said before, in 2015 there was a trade surplus, external trade surplus of 3.5 euros. The other figure I gave, 3.7, was in the US dollars. And then we are observing 7% annual export dynamics. Then I would like to say a few words about the foreign direct investment flow to Poland for the period 1994-2014. As you see, ladies and gentlemen, from this graph, this inflow was enormous, and for the period 1994-2014, it totaled 193.61 billion US dollars. It is almost $200 billion. Then I said one of the elements of our success, I mean the reasons of the success of our economic transformation and the strength of our economy is the fact that our population is quite well educated. Madam Honorable Minister of Small and Medium-Sized Enterprises of South Africa, Madam Zulu, mentioned that also many young people from South Africa and the countries of the region came to countries like Poland and other countries of that time, Eastern Bloc, to study. So this knowledge about the quality of our education and our universities is very well widespread until today in South Africa and all the countries of the region. Let me just to say that we have actually in Poland 438 higher education institutions, 19 universities, 25 technical universities, 72 academies of the economics, and also other institutions. So it is a quite important number what we have in Poland concerning the certain education. Then World Bank's Doing Business 2016 placed Poland in the 55th position globally, which we believe is quite an achievement as well. That we are receiving so much every year, so much foreign FDIs is also thanks to our policy of our government that gives incentives, many incentives to foreign investors. And the most important of those I would like to mention the corporate income tax exemption in special economic zones, real estate tax exemption. There are also government grants available for major foreign investors, as well as cash grants available through the EU funds. And ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to mention that the accessibility of the EU funds also contributed immensely to the success of our transformation. Just for you to have an idea, what we are talking about here, it is for the period 2014-2020, Poland will benefit from the EU funds at the amount of 82.5 billion euros. And in the previous financial perspective, between 2007-2013, it was the amount of 69 billion euros. And ladies and gentlemen, I think this issue of special economic zones is especially relevant in South Africa, because whenever I meet with South African partners, it is always underlined that South Africa would like to benefit from our experience in this particular area. Of course, I have no time today to go into details. I will just say that we have altogether 14 special economic zones. They are located, as you see, and the map in the whole country practically. And ladies and gentlemen, I am very happy to say that all of them are successful, and some of them are very successful. But we are of course open to discuss this subject and to share our experience with those who are interested. Then, as I said, there are many government grants that are waiting for foreign investors, but the government prioritizes the sectors where the grants are accessible and easily accessible, and you can see that there are listed a few priority sectors like production of automotive, electronics and household appliances, aviation,